What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge from the SledgeIncTeam team, back with another video. And today, we're going to do something different because today we have 19 different creators with us answering these two questions. What made you start making content about credit and credit cards? And what are your favorite two credit cards and why? Now, these are some creators that you may or may not know, but I'm going to leave the links to their channels down in the description so we can all subscribe to them. But you know over here at Sledge Inc., we get straight to business, so let's get to it.
Okay, so now this is a week after actually recording the next segment you're about to see from me, but I just wanted to do a quick thank you because I didn't do it in the original video. I didn't actually know this is a 1K celebration, but I figured let's put it in here because everyone else did. So, Sledge, my man, I appreciate you as we have a cat coming in. You're an incredible asset to the community and all the way to the comment sections from even up to a year ago on some of my videos. I realized you had some of the best knowledge out there, and that's why I pretty much forced you. I was like, you need to make a channel, you need to make a channel. Even though I know you had plans for it prior, I was just like, this guy needs to have a channel, absolutely. So I was there, I remember for your first video, talking about what's in your wallet, and I remember being there, I was like, this dude is great, you know, and now look at you. Not even a year later, and you're now at actually 2K. You crossed over 2K now, so that's amazing. And it couldn't happen to a better person in this community. So, Sledge, as always, we salute you. We appreciate you, man. Keep killing it. And I guess I'll see you in the next segment of my ridiculousness. Oh my God, what are you guys doing here? I did not think that you would catch me here just editing at this moment. So not sure what you're filming for. I don't appreciate it. I don't want anybody filming me in my quarters, but I guess let me introduce myself. My name is Anthony Venture, and usually I will make videos on something specifically, which is testing out products that Elon Musk creates. So in this case, we have the newest addition to our collection, which is burnt hair. Essentially, all you have to do to keep it open is to lift up the case just like this, and now you are greeted by the repugnant odor of burnt hair. And if you do actually open this up, you can really smell it. Oh my gosh. Ooh, ooh, that definitely leaves a twang, if you get what I'm saying. So I guess just joking. My name is Anthony Venture. We talk about credit cards and all things credit related, how we're going to use our points to the best of our ability, maximize them for free travel, and hopefully create some life-changing experiences. Why did I start talking about credit cards? Well, I started out initially talking about the finance niche. I was talking about the stocks, talking about saving money, and I just found that immediately off the bat, once I started posting credit card content, which is what I was doing at the time anyway, and I have been doing over the last 4 or 5 years now, that the community was a lot stronger, and I noticed way more comments, people engaged, a lot more conversations starting on something that was seemingly more interesting than stocks, believe it or not. And from there, kind of just took it and ran, and kind of just documented my journey on talking about credit cards. Every time I got a new one, let's put it on the channel. So really just started out as, hey, let's just do general finance, and honestly, the people in the credit card community were just, in my opinion, way more fun and way more interesting than any other community out there. So kind of just took that and ran, and haven't looked back. A lot of fun, and I couldn't ask to be in a better spot with all of these guys like Sledge and everybody in the community. I love everybody. Two favorite credit cards? Well, it's hard to say because oddly enough, the two credit cards that I really like the most, I would say one of them is one I don't even have yet, which is the Hilton Aspire card. I just feel like I could probably get so much value out of it just given my current life at this time, and I don't know. I really feel like that'll be the most beneficial card I could possibly get at this juncture, but I just still haven't gotten it yet. And the second favorite card, it's really tough to say because you can mention cards that probably offered you some really good value over the years, like, oh, good points back, etc. But really, who are you going to remember? Just like the dating life. You're not going to worry about the ones that just gave you some basic value, right? You're going to be talking about the significant others in the past that gave you the best experience, right? So for me, I would say the Amex Platinum card, whereas it's not necessarily given me the most amount of value, but it has given me the most amount of life experience, and use that FHR credit towards some of the nicest hotels I've ever stayed in for honestly life-changing trips, believe it or not. Just little one-day excursions like that has really changed my perspective on certain things, and met some cool people along the way doing that. So I would say probably Amex Platinum and the Hilton Aspire card at this time. But yeah, thanks for watching my segment of the Sledges video, and I guess everybody has a good day. Enjoy, have fun, and be safe, I guess, out there.
Hey Sledge, congrats on 1K, almost 2K when I'm recording this video. So you have a couple questions for me. Oh, first, maybe I should have introduced myself. My name is Cing. I also have a credit card and travel channel. I used to have my cat as my mascot, but recently I done a face reveal. So it's a little bit different now. So first question, why did I decide to make credit card videos? So basically, I think it's a similar reason to why everybody else makes credit card videos, mostly Ask Sebi, Ben Hedges, Graham Stephan, maybe Brian Jung in there too. Without them, I didn't know there was even a credit card community that just talked about credit cards. Is pretty insane to me even now. Mostly watching them, from my personal opinion, I valued things differently than how they did. So I kind of wanted to do it differently, especially coming from my experience where I've had credit cards since I was 18, and personally I didn't use them the best, but I did find a lot of loopholes and hacks when I've used those credit cards that I don't think too many people talk about. And I guess this is where it led up today, where I have a bunch of different hacks that I share on YouTube. And I really appreciate sharing these hacks on YouTube because I can get more data points on what works and what doesn't, and maybe someone else has a better hack that I didn't even think of. And that especially came in strong when I made the video about the God Trifecta, where a lot of people had their own opinions on what could make the God Trifecta better. And I think that's a really awesome thing about being part of the credit card community. People love to share and build off each other, therefore propping us up together, and I think that culture is really awesome here. And for your second question, what are two of my favorite credit cards and why? So the first one is actually surprisingly the American Express Platinum card. Yes, it has a really high annual fee and is treated like a coupon book, but a lot of those coupons, those statement credits, really work out for my personal lifestyle. The annual fee costs $695, almost $700, but counting the statement credits that I would have paid for comes out to $800. So I'm paying a card that costs $700, but I'm getting $800 of value. So I see that as a S tier no-brainer card. Plus, also on top of the statement credits, I also get lounge access. In those lounges, I may not put value in them, but they are definitely valuable, especially if you're going to be flying a lot. You're saving literally on meals, maybe like $20, $30 even at airports, because you know they upcharge. My second favorite card, and I think you know what it is, it's the Curve card. It's a pretty no-brainer card. Technically it's a credit card, but it's really not supposed to be used that way. You can put all of your Discover and MasterCards on there and just carry one card. I think that's a really powerful tool. And everything else is just a bonus, because all the cards that you put onto the Curve card, if it has a foreign transaction fee, since the Curve card doesn't have a foreign transaction fee, you can use the Curve card abroad, not get a foreign transaction fee, but charge it to a card that would have got a foreign transaction fee. So that's a really strong benefit. Plus the go back in time. Go back in time is really strong. Yes, I talked about it for the God Trifecta, and it is really powerful for rent day since you can move all your transactions on the first of the month and get double points back. It's a no-brainer. But another useful feature about the go back in time feature on the Curve card is that if for some reason you go to a place that doesn't charge correctly, maybe you go to a bakery and you thought it was a dining purchase and you charge it to the Saver One card, but ended up being another category, therefore only earning you 1% back. But with a go back in time feature, you can move that transaction to the Quicksilver Capital One card and get 1.5% back instead of only 1% back. So it's a really strong benefit, and I really recommend it to anyone in the credit card game. But I think that's all the questions you have for me, so I'll see you later.
What's up, Sledge? Thank you so much for having me on the channel, man. I really appreciate the love. I've been following you for a while now and just watching your explosive growth. It seems like every time I look up, you're hitting a new milestone. You're constantly growing your brand, and that's such a beautiful thing to see, man. I salute you, brother. I hope you keep up the great work, and I wish you much success. So now let's get into some of these questions that you sent me. I'm not gonna lie, man, I was in credit card debt. Not once, but twice, and I was researching on how to get out of credit card debt. I'm not even sure how I stumbled upon this community, but I just had so much credit card debt. I was just making a bare minimum payments, and my credit score was low. And when I finally did pay off a credit card, I just cut it up and got rid of it and canceled it. But when I started researching how to pay off credit card debts, it started sending me over to these other channels with these people who had just a ton of credit cards, perfect credit scores, and they're traveling the world for free. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what are they doing differently that I'm not doing? So I just kept studying and researching, and I just became a student of this game, man. I finally understood how credit cards work, how credit card points work, and I was like, this is it. I wish I would have known this sooner. So that's what I try to teach on my channel to other people who may be in the boat that I was in. Because if it wasn't for these other people that taught me how this game worked, I don't know where I would have been, but I probably would have been in the poorhouse. But that's what I try to share and give back on my channel, is that same knowledge. That's a good question because it changes depending on my situation. As of now, I would say it's the Bilt MasterCard and the American Express Gold Card. Rent and groceries are my two biggest expenses, and I'm able to rack up a ton of points paying my rent with the Bilt card with no additional fees, and also getting Forex back on those groceries and dining with the Gold Card. This also allows me access to both the American Express and the Bilt ecosystem and all of their transfer partners. So as of right now, I'm rocking with both of these credit cards. But if you were to ask me next quarter, I would probably tell you something different. Thanks again for having me. Salute to all your successes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next with the channel. Peace.
What is good, SledgeIncTeam team? Do not get the locks confused. It is not Sledge, but JPBuffet here. Thank you, Sledge, for including me in this video. And I'm gonna get right into it. So the first question you have is, what made me start creating videos about credit and credit cards? So to answer that question, I got interested in credit cards after learning that I could leverage points earned by spend and through different sign-up bonuses to travel. So that got me into the niche. And I started to talk to all my friends and family about credit cards and how you can utilize the points for travel. And as you could imagine, my friends and family got tired of me talking about it. But I really wanted to discuss this topic, so I started watching different YouTube creators in the space and realized I wanted to actually add my own voice to this. And that's when opportunity came knocking in the form of the Amex green business card, when I saw that the logo that it had was different from the one I was used to seeing. So without thinking, I grabbed my phone and I made a quick 2 to about 3 minute video speculating on what the card changes could be in store. And I realized that I really enjoyed doing this. So that's what got me into making the videos. And over time, I wanted to add my own little flavor in with travel-related content like hotel reviews and travel vlogs, just to make myself a little bit different from the pack. But yeah, that is the answer to your first question in terms of what got me into creating these videos. So the second question is, what are my 2 favorite credit cards and why? That's a tough one. I will start with my favorite because it needs no introduction. It has been making waves all throughout 2023 with its 60K sign-up bonus, and that is the Amex Green Card. I love this card. I've been loving it since I was a kid. I live in a big city, so the multipliers just work for me. Overall, I think it is a great card, very underrated. Clear credit, all of that. Do your research. Is a great card. My second favorite card is more of a toss-up at this point, so I'm gonna give you 2. I know you wanted 1, but I'm gonna give you 2. One I own and the other I'm looking at. The first card is the United Explorer card from Chase because out of all airline cards, I think this one is the most unique and best bang for your buck card. I mean, you're talking about TSA pre-check, 2 United Club passes, and access to the Luxury Hotels and Resort Collection by Chase. This is all for a $95 annual fee. On top of that, you get the check bag if that is something you want to do. Hashtag carry on gang. But yeah, you can do your research on that if you want to. A card that I don't currently have, but I'm doing my research on and looking at right now is the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. I've been looking at this card for a minute. I love the multipliers. I love the versatility of the use as being a premium travel card, and that's comparing it to the Amex Plat, to where you really got to do some mental gymnastics to see how much you value the credits. But yeah, those are the cards that I like, love, what have you right now, and that would be it for me. Again, thank you, Sledge, for having me on, and I salute you, bro. Thanks again.
Hey, how's it going, you guys? My name is edrasmata, and first of all, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Sledge for already surpassing 2,000 subscribers. You're absolutely killing the game, man, and I know that you're going to continue to do so. You have so much knowledge in the finance industry, so man, you are just a huge asset to the credit card community. But anyways, the first question that Sledge gave me was, what made you start creating videos about credit and credit cards? I have a couple reasons of starting this YouTube channel, but the main 2 reasons I would say is after I collected the Chase trifecta, I started to notice that I was able to travel for free with these points, such as as getting free hotels, free flights, and I just really want to spread this message as much as I could. And second reason being, I saw a lot of young adults messing up their credit from a young age, so I just wanted to help them and show them, hey, this is how you can fix your credit step by step. And the second question that Sledge gave me was, what are your 2 favorite credit cards and why? I would have to say my first favorite credit card is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, because I already had a lot of Chase points accumulated before I even got the card. So having that card give me the ability to get free hotels with Hyatt Hotels, or even getting free flights with Southwest, United, and other airlines, this card is definitely a huge asset in my wallet. And for my second favorite credit card, it would have to be the American Express Gold Card. This card gives me that 4x on dining and 4x on groceries, so getting all those points on those categories just gives me a lot of points at the end of the year. And with my Amex points, I usually send them out to airlines or Hilton hotels when they have those occasional transfer bonuses. But yeah, that's why I would say that those 2 credit cards are my favorite cards in my portfolio right now. But lastly, I want to say a huge thank you to Sledge for bringing me onto the creator videos. You've been supporting my channel since day one, man, and I know you're going to continue to kill the YouTube game.
Hi everyone, my name is Kayla, and congrats Sledge on hitting 1,000 subscribers, even though you have greatly surpassed that at this point. Also, thank you for taking the time to organize this and including me in it. I think it says a lot about your character that you would want to include other creators in your big moment. The first question I'm answering is, what made you want to start creating videos about credit and credit cards? So I started my channel at the end of July in 2022, and I had no idea in the beginning that I would end up niching down to credit cards. I just knew that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and so I had a list of certain topics that I was willing to talk about based on the knowledge that I already had. And credit cards, business credit cards specifically, happens to be one of those topics because I already had business credit cards for the business I have outside of YouTube. I'm not surprised that this is where I ended up, because business credit and credit in general is really fun for me to talk about, more so just earning miles and points at such a young age and being able to have the luxury to just get up and travel and kind of go wherever. I really enjoy that, and I really want to share that with other people and document it, and also spread knowledge and help somebody else out on their journey of accumulating enough points to take their dream trips and vacations. The next question is, what are my 2 favorite credit cards and why? The first one I do not have yet, but it's the Amex Platinum, simply because of the FHR benefits for me personally. That's what I really like about the card. I'm someone who values experiences, and I already stay at a lot of the hotels in the FHR collection, with my favorite one being Encore Boston Harbor. To be able to enjoy early check-in, late checkout, room upgrades, and all the other benefits you get really stands out for me. Because like I said, it would just make the time that I already spend at these properties even better. My second favorite card I do have, and it's the Blue Business Plus card. You really can't go wrong with the Blue Business Plus card. And the reason I love it, even though it's one of the most simple cards, there's no extra credits with it, I have gotten the best Amex offers on my Blue Business Plus card that I haven't gotten on my Amex Gold card, my Delta Sky Miles card, my Blue Business Cash card. So for me, the Blue Business Plus card has been nothing but valuable, especially since it has no annual fee. Thanks again, Sledge, for including me in this, and again, congrats on the success of your channel. Thank you guys so much. I'm out.
First, congratulations on reaching your 1,000 subscribers. That's a huge accomplishment. Keep dropping those gems. Second, thank you for having me here and for this opportunity. So I'm a huge fan of your content. I've been following you since day one, so I really appreciate this opportunity. Also, for those who don't know me, my name is Cesar Joel. I am a Spanish-speaking content creator from Puerto Rico that also talks about credit cards, credit, and personal finance. There are 2 reasons on why I started creating content in regards to credit and credit cards. The first reason was because I destroyed my credit. It was in the low 400s, and I was able to repair my credit up to the 800s. But during that process, I learned that credit cards are the most important card on your personal profile because it affects every single factor in your credit profile. During that process, I also saw many Spanish-speaking content creators putting out like generic information in regards to credit and credit cards, so I decided to start making videos based on my experience. My favorite credit cards, well, the first one is the Hilton Aspire. That card is overpowered. You pay $450 every year, but you get $500 back in credit, $250 for airline incidentals, and $250 for a resort credit. You also get a free night certificate that is on cap, priority pass, and Hilton Diamond status. That's top tier status with Hilton, and it's great. You also get some great multipliers like 34x at Hilton's, but you also get 7x dining, 7x with car rental agencies, 7x directly booking directly with airlines, 3x on everything else. And some content creators mentioned that Hilton points are valued like a half a cent. If they do the research and actually redeem Hilton points, they're going to start finding out that Hilton points can be worth a lot more. In second place is the MS Gold Card, 4x dining, 4x groceries, 3x on flights, 1x on everything else. You pay $250 to have the card, but you also get $240 in credit. Also, I put at least $1,200 every month using this card, so I get over 50,000 MR points every year, and I value those points at least at 2 cents, so I'm receiving at least $1,000 back every year just to have this card. This year I got a retention offer from American Express to keep the card, and they will give me 30,000 MR points after meeting like $2,000 spent in the next 6 months. I already completed that minimum spend. But what was weird is that after meeting that minimum spend, American Express offered me an upgrade option from the gold to the platinum and receive 100,000 MR points. That was crazy, so I decided to upgrade my gold card to the platinum. So in total, this year, basically, it was like 130,000 free MR points.
Huge congratulations goes out to you, Sledge. I mean, congrats on hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark. And not only have you hit that mark, you've now surpassed 2,000 subscribers and you're on your way to 3,000, which is absolutely amazing and mind-blowing to see this amazing growth that you're experiencing. So congratulations. And if you want to grow a little bit faster, you have to do one thing: join Team Rose Gold. It's just word of advice. You know, just accept it. Don't fight it. I'm just saying, join Team Rose Gold. But again, congratulations. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to celebrate with you. So let's go on to the questions that you have for me. Question number 1 was, why did I start creating content about credit and credit cards? Well, I started creating that content because originally I wanted to challenge myself to try to gain 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours without having to ask my friends or family to watch my YouTube channel. I literally just wanted to challenge myself and see if I was able to do it. And I started with creating some personal finance content because I thought I was going to be the next Graham Stephan, which clearly didn't happen. And then I started covering stimulus check content. And then through the pandemic, credit cards were being revamped. So I got into credit cards. And that's when I signed up for the Chase Sapphire Preferred because it had that historic 100,000 sign up bonus point offer. And I realized I really like the credit card game. I covered a few credit cards at that point. I covered the revamp of the OG Chase Freedom, which was rebranded to the Chase Freedom Flex. The Sapphire Preferred received some minor revamps to it, and then the Sapphire Reserve as well. Then we got the Wells Fargo Active Cash and the Wells Fargo Reflect cards. So I had some new credit card content while I was trying to build some of that credit card audience, and anytime something new came out, I wanted to jump on it, right? So that's what really got me started in the credit card content creating game. And of course, I created some videos about credit as well, since that's related. The next question you had was, what are my 2 most favorite credit cards? Well, the first one, you know I had to go with it, is the Discover It Cashback credit card. Now, I love this credit card simply because of it being such an amazing beginner credit card. It's the credit card that got me started in the game. It comes with that amazing 5% cashback rotating quarterly calendar categories, which they are usually very, very useful. I've held this card for I think 10 years now. And at that point, I must say that for most of the time, most years I got used out of 3 out of the 4 categories, but Discover has done things a little bit differently now. Now they introduced the mobile wallet category, which makes it a little bit more useful for every single quarter in the year. For those of you who are signing up for the credit card, don't go straight to the Discover website. Try to find a referral link. With the referral link, you can get your easiest $100 in a statement credit ever that you'll ever get for any credit card. So I highly recommend doing that. Plus, for new card members, you get the unlimited cashback match for your first year of holding the credit card. My second most favorite credit card is none other than the Built Rewards MasterCard. This credit card just makes sense for me as a renter. It gives me the opportunity to earn points on something that I wasn't able to earn points on, and that's rent, without paying that transaction fee. And that is key. Now, I do think this card is a little bit dangerous simply because it is proving that you can have a credit card on the market and not offer a sign-up bonus. But if you provide something, some untangible benefit to people, they're willing to overlook that this credit card does not come with a sign-up bonus. And Built is very strategic, and I also like what they're doing with like just the mentality or the psyche of rent day. They're changing it from something negative into something positive by adding all of these extra benefits, these games that you play to be able to earn points and to have a chance to win a month free of rent. Plus, it's rent day where you get double the amount of points. So it's taking that negative day and added so much much positivity around it, and I just see this credit card doing very well. Great credit card if you're a renter, a no-brainer, and I love it. I love having it in my wallet. We just need to work on getting them to join the sign-up bonus game, but I honestly don't see that happening unless they have some stiff competition in the future. But anyway, Sledge, once again, thank you so much for inviting me to your channel, man. Congratulations. I'm happy to see the growth that you are experiencing at this point, and I can't wait to see what happens to you and your channel in the future. I will be here just like you've been here for me and my channel for all this time. Thank you and take care. And as always, come and get your high five.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael and I'm one of the newer YouTube content creators. I've been doing this since June 2023. I want to give a shout out and congratulations to Sledge on 1,000 subscribers. Props to you, man, and salute as well, as you are one of the most entertaining and unique YouTube content creators in the credit card game right now. So question one, what made me want to start a YouTube credit card channel? Well, unlike a lot of the YouTube content creators that I've seen so far, I actually have zero video editing. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube. I'm actually more of a sports kind of fan. And I want to say where it came from. It would be my passion for traveling. You know, I was lucky at a young age to travel around the world to many countries, domestically, internationally, luxuriously. And the fuel of traveling and using travel credit cards to go where you want in the world is my inspiration for why I decided to do this for YouTube, really. You know, one thing traveling has taught me is I'm able to use those points and miles to travel to places where I want to go. And one example is last year I went to Texas for a convention of one of my other hobbies, and I've made trades and I was able to pick up precious pieces of art. As if anyone's fans of comic books, well, that and another book I picked up at a convention. So you can see the power of using credit card points and miles to go to places you want to expand and pursue other passions in your life. So the next question is, what are your two favorite credit cards? Well, we'll start with my first one, and it was actually my first credit card as a young adult, and I guess a bank card would be my Bank of America, you know, cash rewards card I've had for over, I think, almost 10 years now. And it is one of my favorites because it's my first and I get great perks out of it. Why it's my favorite credit card is because of the fact that the 3% cash back, which can be used for various categories of your choice, such as gas or dining, or lately I've been using it for online shopping. And of course, as Stan the CreditFrog mentioned, this can be pushed up to 3.5 to 2.5% cash back, depending on your preferred rewards tier status. So yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite cards. I still use it. So my second favorite card that I have in my arsenal is the Capital One Venture X card. And it's special to me, one, because it's a nice blue metal card, even though I have the preferred. But it's special to me because it was basically the first card I got after kind of just getting back in the credit game in 2022. And I basically use this card as basically a personal side hustle card for my side hustle of flipping comic books. And so I didn't even think about, you know, applying for Amex or Citi, you know, and I already had Chase cards. So I kind of rolled the dice with Capital One and I got approved. And it's a great card, catch-all 2X. You know, I really got caught up with that 75,000 sign-up bonus. And also, if you see here, I actually went to the Dallas-Fort Worth lounge last year. I think it's just slightly when it opened. It was very nice. Great perks. All in all, I appreciate everyone joining in and listening to my credit cards and just getting to know me a little bit more, as I am a new credit card YouTube content creator here in the game, and I appreciate all the support and advice in the last couple months. And once again, Sledge, thanks for having me on, you know, sharing my story. And I say in all my videos, life is short, travel more, everyone. Thanks for joining in.
Hey, it's Noble Credit. Thanks for having me on, Sledge. Congrats on all the success. Here's to you. Salute. All right, I'm Noble Credit. I'm a YouTuber. I'm also an entrepreneur, a real estate investor, a credit card entrepreneur, patent pending, an analyst, an investor. But above all else, above all other titles, I am a United States service member. All right, so the reason why I got to making videos on YouTube is because I had all this credit card knowledge, right? And I wanted to tell all my service member buddies about everything that I knew. But one thing that you realize when you're really passionate about something, everyone isn't as passionate about it as you are, right? So I found YouTube as a medium for me to share my passion with everyone else without having to annoy people. You came to me. I didn't have to go bother you to tell you about credit cards. So that's why I started making YouTube videos, to share a passion of mine with other like-minded individuals without bothering folks.
Why don't you go back to your own house and stop bothering us?
So one of the benefits that I enjoy about being in the military is that I get all of these annual fees on these high-end credit cards. I get all of those waived, at least on the cards that I have. I get all of them waived due to my military service. So as an active duty service member, Chase, American Express, US Bank, Capital One, if you got an account before you joined active duty. And now I can actually say Bank of America because I was actually the one that broke this story. I'm the first person on YouTube to break that story. And also Citi, they all waive the annual fees for military. So I see this as a great benefit, but a lot of people in the military don't know about this. So I get on YouTube and I try to tell everyone about the benefits of credit cards, especially active duty service members and their spouses. So I try to do a service for the military community and their families. But enough about how selfless I am. Let's talk about my two favorite credit cards. Number one, I gotta have the Ritz-Carlton card on there. The Chase Ritz-Carlton card is definitely one of my favorite credit cards. Reason being, it's a nice metal card. You get an 85,000 point free night certificate with this card every year on your account anniversary. And then you can also top those 85,000 points off with 15,000 points to give you a 100,000 point free night certificate. That is going to be worth well over $500. It could even be worth over $1,000. And then the Chase Ritz-Carlton card has the best priority pass of any credit card. You get unlimited guests into priority pass lounges. This is especially useful when flying overseas because one of the things that I noticed is that priority pass lounges overseas are much better than the priority passes here in the United States. And then you get a $300 airline fee credit, which I personally liquefy into my United Travel wallet. But that's some game that you'll have to go watch my United Travel Bank and Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card video for. It took me a long time to actually get this card because there's a roundabout way that you have to get it because you can't just apply for the card. You have to first get a Chase Marriott credit card. In my case, I had the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless credit card. And then after a year of having that card, I was able to upgrade it to the Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card. So it took some work to get the card, which may explain why it's one of my top two favorite credit cards, considering the amount of work that I had to put in just to get it. And I documented all the work that I put in to get it in a 4 or 5 part series that I did on upgrading the Bonvoy Boundless to the Chase Ritz-Carlton credit card. The next card on the list is probably my favorite credit card of all time. It's the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, you might see the $550 annual fee and it might scare you off, but bear with me, especially if you're military. If you're military, you don't have to pay the annual fee anyway. So you better get your hands on a Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's a $300 travel credit that comes with this card. It gives you access to Chase Ultimate Reward points, and when redeemed with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, are worth 50% more. This is huge because I need to come out with a video on this, but Chase points, Chase Ultimate Reward points are the best points. And I don't even think it's close. And I have the evidence for it. So look out for that video. And won't you do me a quick solid and click the link in the description box of this video and subscribe to my channel? Because when I release this video, I think it's going to change your perception of credit card points as we know them. But yeah, I can go on and on about the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but the proof is in the pudding. I have many videos on the Chase Sapphire Reserve. It's been featured in just about every one of my What's in My Wallet videos. So I definitely recommend the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And in closing, I make videos for everyone, but I especially make videos for active duty military. So if you are an active duty service member or you know someone who is active duty, you should probably send them my way because it's content that they're just not going to want to miss. I put you on the cutting edge of the latest military finance topics, and I make sure that you set yourself and your family up for success and building generational wealth. I've been Noble Credit. Salute the Sledge. We out.
Hey there, I'm Tito from Tito's Financial Corner. Hi, Sledge. First off, thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I do appreciate you, my man. And also, congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. And from what I see, you're about to hit 2,000 subscribers as well. So again, Congrats and salute. I've always said it, you're one of the realest guys in this community. So getting on to the two questions. The first one is what made me start creating credit card content? And honestly, there's two reasons for that. First reason is that I actually used to work at a bank and a credit union for 7 years. I started to notice how people would dig themselves into a financial hole where they couldn't really come back up, and how that would affect every single financial decision that they made afterwards. I noticed how credit card debt would impact somebody's chances in getting approved for a car loan, as well as a home equity loan or a mortgage. Couple that with the fact that I really don't believe that financial literacy is taught enough within our public schools. I thought that YouTube would be a great place to start putting out content. And reason number two, while growing up, I was always taught that credit cards were only good to get you into debt, and that you should only utilize your debit card to use the funds that you have available, so that way you would never go into debt. In the last few years though, I've noticed that it all depends on how you go about it, what kind of plan you have, and what kind of mentality you set yourself up with credit cards. As long as you have the right mentality of paying off your credit card bill every single month, there's a lot of perks and benefits that you can get back. With those two reasons in mind, I thought there was no better reason than to start a YouTube channel to really go over how credit cards can offer a lot of perks and benefits that you can utilize on your everyday, whether that's for cashback or for travel. What are your two favorite credit cards? Well, as of right now, my favorite cards are the American Express Gold Card. I absolutely love this card for the 4x multipliers on groceries as well as dining. With a family of 3 plus 2 pets, we're always going to the grocery store, or we're always going out to eat at least a couple of times a week. So I'm definitely taking advantage of those credits that make the effective annual fee $10, and I'm still getting 4 points per dollar on those transactions. So again, absolutely love this card. I can't believe I didn't have it until a few months ago, but so far it's my favorite one. My second card is the CingC Cash Card. Now, this is a business credit card, but I feel like the multipliers are absolutely great on this credit card. First of all, there's no annual fee, but what I love about this credit card is the 5x multipliers. You can get 5 points per dollar spent on your cell phone services, and what I do is that I tackle on additional services like my YouTube TV, my Discovery Plus membership, as well as my Apple Music membership. I add it all on top of my Verizon bill, and I'm getting 5 points per dollar back on all those services. This card also offers 5 points per dollar at office supply stores. And while yes, there's a lot of things that you can buy at these kind of stores, the one thing that I love is that they offer a lot of different gift cards. So you know what your boy Tito is doing already. I'm giving gift cards for everything, whether it's your birthday, whether it's hitting 1,000 subscribers, whether it's a quinceañera or a wedding. I'm getting everybody gift cards, and I'm getting 5 points per dollar back on every single one of those transactions. And while it's not the highest, I also get 2 points per dollar spent on gas transactions. With that said, I definitely want to thank you, Sledge, man. I do appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I cannot wait to see how your channel grows. So until next time, adios.
What's up, everyone? JoshGiebel checking into the segment now. And Sledge, congratulations on hitting 1K, man. I think now you've actually put your pedal to the metal, and you are at least 1.6K at the time of recording this little segment. So you've definitely put the jets on, and I'm really proud of you, man. Your content is amazing, and chances are, if you're watching one of Sledge's videos, you're gonna learn something new, because all of his content is extremely well researched, and the things that he talks about in his videos are things that he knows his stuff on. So anyway, man, thanks for having me and some other creators onto the show. So let's get into those two questions that you gave us. So I guess I just got into credit card content creation sort of by chance. Around this time last year, after I had gotten back from studying abroad, was really when I started to get into credit cards myself. I had taken an award flight from London Heathrow to Seattle, and after that it just kind of clicked. Like, I can use these credit cards responsibly, and I can leverage those rewards to get some pretty good travel points or cash back. And with that being said, YouTube is like this vast library, is how I try to think of it. There's something for everyone, and I think it's just something that I really benefited from, and being able to like plan out my credit card strategy. I think without that, I just would have kind of fallen flat on my face and kept using the same two cards for like the rest of my life. Anyway, it's just nice to have that as a consumer of the content. And then in May of this year, it just kind of clicked that, maybe I can make some content as well, give my takes on some things. So I realized, like, why don't I just make a video and see what happens? Since then, I've really hit the ground running. The community here is amazing. Everybody really uplifts each other. There's really no competition between like content creators in this niche. So it's really cool just being able to put a video out and have people like watch it and potentially like it. We'll see what happens, but I'm just happy to be here. My first favorite credit card right now is the Bilt MasterCard. It's the only credit card on the market right now where you can earn 1x points on all of your rent spend without incurring a credit card processing fee. All in all, the Bilt card is a really great no annual fee card. It can also kind of mimic a $95 travel card, but without that fee. I'm not really sure what my second favorite card is just yet, but until I add another card like the Amex Gold, I'm going to have to default to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I know it's not a card that is super crazy or anything, but it's a really nice way to transfer your points out to somewhere like Hyatt using your Chase points, especially if you're like a beginner and you can't justify a fee of like $400, $500, $600, but you're still looking to travel at least a few times a year. All right, I just wanted to give one big shout out to Sledge again. Thanks for having us on the show, man. And once again, big congrats on hitting 1K and then really exceeding that. Keep watching to see the rest of our awesome guests.
Hey, what's going on? This is Neil from WaterYourSoil. Hey, Sledge, congrats on the 1K. Your channel is going to continue to grow. Just keep putting out that good content and keep teaching everyone about these credit cards, all right? So what I'm going to tell you all is how I started my YouTube journey in regards to credit cards and teaching about FICO credit scores. So I've been doing this for years. I went from poor credit to excellent credit, and I have a book. So my book was the main reason why I decided to get on here, because I was like, hey, I want to be able to reach more people who are in different places that I don't have access to. And YouTube is a good avenue for that. So I was able to come on here and teach people about FICO credit scores and credit cards. And honestly, it's been a blessing. It's been a fun time since I've been on YouTube. And I'm looking forward to helping more people as time goes on. Now, in regards to my two favorite credit cards, starting off, I have to say the Amex Gold. Now, the reason why the Amex Gold is my favorite credit card is because it's for everyday usage. I go out and get food, or I'm going to the grocery store, I'm cooking, whatever it may be, that card is good for everyday use for me. So I like the Amex Gold. My other card that I consider to be my favorite card is the Amex Platinum card. I love the Amex Platinum because I do travel and it's fun going into those airport lounges. I also love the benefits that come along with having the Amex Platinum card. But like I said, when I'm in the airport and I want to relax and I want to get something to eat or something to drink, those lounges come into clutch. I was able to check out the JFK Amex Lounge, and I'll tell you, that's the best airport lounge that I've been to. Out of Delta Sky Club, the Amex Lounge, as well as other lounges that I have been to, that JFK Amex Lounge is top notch. We have the Amex Lounge coming to Atlanta. It's going to be the biggest one, and I can't wait to see it. But once again, congrats on your 1K, Sledge. To the top you go. All right?
Hi, I'm Manny Covington. I make credit card YouTube videos, personal finance, investing, travel vlogs, anything related to credit and traveling. Those are the type of videos that I make. And what got me started into the credit card YouTube space was way back in summer 2020 when there was nothing to do. You know, I was scouring the FICO forums, Flyer Talk forums, r/credit cards, and all of that combined, and I would just talk my friends' ears off about credit cards. And I was like, you know what? I'm talking so much about it, I might as well start a YouTube channel about it. I had done like YouTube in the past, whether it came to like 2K gaming or Minecraft gaming, like way back in the middle school days. And I decided that I still did have a passion for making YouTube videos, so I decided to get started with making YouTube videos. My first video was about the Discover It student card, which is my oldest credit card. I opened it literally 2 days after I turned 18, and I still have it to this day. Original card too is just a little beat up. And as much as I love that card, it's not on my top 2 list of favorite credit cards. Number 1 favorite credit card for me is the Amex Gold. Now, I love to eat, and getting Forex points on groceries and restaurants is a perfect way to maximize my Amex points accumulation while also still making my stomach happy. I use the $10 Uber credit and the $10 dining credit every month organically, so it works out that I get $240 in credits back from the $250 annual fee card. And second, if you see any of my comments on Anthony Venture's YouTube channel, then you know that my second favorite card has to be the Hilton Aspire card. A quick list of perks about the card is it comes with diamond status, one free night every year, including the year that you sign up, $250 airline fee credit, $250 resort credit, and many more benefits to having that card. I'm so glad to be a part of this space with all the other credit card creators that I've been watching since the beginning, and I can't wait to see what's in store for everyone else. And until next time, peace.
Hey everyone, it's Dan, and I want to give a shout out and big congratulations to my man Sledge from the SledgeIncTeam team for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Now, I've been following Sledge since he first started on YouTube, and this man's videos have been getting progressively better and has a lot of knowledge, insight, and wisdom in it. And the reason why I like Sledge so much is that because he walks the walk before he talks the talk. And he has had such a wide breadth of knowledge throughout his credit card journey, both not only from the side where it comes from credit card rewards and earnings and redemptions, but also from the side that comes from building a credit score, making sure you have good money habits, as well as making sure that you are getting yourself out of debt. So he has a lot of good knowledge from all aspects of the credit card journey, and that's why I've loved watching his videos. And as a part of the celebration, Sledge did ask me to answer a couple questions, and so I have them here. And the first question is, what made you start creating videos about credit and credit cards? And the best way I can answer this question is with one simple statement, and that's that I love credit cards. I've been launching credit card content for many years, and over the past year before I started my channel, I noticed that I wanted to keep on learning and keep on contributing to the credit card community. And the best way I can think of doing that is to start creating my own credit card content and start to get to know a lot of the creators that I currently talk to now, as well as to further my own education about credit cards from the rest of you. Because as you all know, we all can't learn everything, so the best thing to do is to pool all of our knowledge, all of our resources together so we can all benefit from this beautiful credit card reward system that we have. Okay, so that covers the first question. So let's move on to the second question, which is going to be, what are your two favorite credit cards and why? And so with my first credit card, that's going to be the American Express Platinum card. And here we are on this one. I want to make sure that everyone's clear on one thing, and it's really important because everyone loves to hate this credit card. I want to make sure you let your lifestyle select the credit card. Don't let the credit card select your lifestyle. The reason why I say this is because I actually travel 5 to 6 times domestically every single month, this card gets me extreme value from the lounge side. Because all the airports I travel to typically have either Centurion lounges or American Express Escape lounges, and no other lounges from any other issuer. And so because of that, I'm getting extreme value from the Platinum card just from the lounge access alone. Factor in the FHR credits or the FHR benefits from the card, as well as all the other statement credits. I am getting maximum value on this card, and it doesn't even matter if I use any of the credits, but I still use them just because I can and to get that value. And that's why the Platinum is great as a card for me, mostly for the benefits side, not so much for the spending, but that's why it's one of my favorite, or at least my top 2 favorite credit cards. The second card on my list is going to be the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. And the reason why I love this card so much is because it's no annual fee, and it's a 3% card that's a choice category in 6 different areas. I think it's dining, travel, gas, home improvement, online shopping, and drugstores. And so you can choose that 3% category every month for a max of $2,500 in spend total over a 3-month period, combined with a 2% cashback on wholesale clubs and groceries, and 1% back on everything else. But what makes this card so cool is, of course, that preferred rewards boost you get from the card. So if you get up to the Platinum Honors Tier with $100,000 in assets, you can get this card to go from 3% to 5.25% cashback on those specific categories. And the reason why I love this card is because it's a no annual fee card. It's still good at the 0 level, or the level where you have no assets with Bank of America, but it encourages you to save your money, and actually your credit card gets better as you save money. I think it's one of the only credit cards that actually has that kind of mentality, is that as you save more assets, which is what you ultimately want to do, your credit card gets better and better and better. And so I like that incentive process. I think it's a great card to have. And not only just the card, you can have more than one of these cards. So you can have multiple 5.25% cashback cards if you want to go down that route. And if you have player 2, you can double that. And that's ridiculous. And that's why I love the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. And with that being said, I want to again congratulate Sledge on his 1,000 subscribers. Again, man, you've worked so hard for this, so I'm super proud of you, and I can't wait to see what comes from your channel in the future.
Calvin Russell here, 850 Club Credit. Super excited to do this video with my man Dante Sledge in the building. All right. So very first thing I want to go into is how did I even start talking about credit and credit cards? Well, for me, I got tired of seeing people get denied when I was working at a dealership. I was working at a dealership for 6 years, and 70 to 80% of the people that came into the dealership would get denied, and they didn't know why. And so what I started doing is I started doing some research, and I started helping people, understand how they could qualify for a home. And once I started doing that, then that put them in position to not only buy a home, but then they started thinking about other things that they could do, like buy a house and things of that sort. And so that's how I got started into this, was essentially helping people improve their credit scores to accomplish their credit goals. And part of that journey was to get certain types of credit cards. And so what's so great about that is that I was able to help thousands of people locally, whether it was just improving their credit scores, getting higher limit credit cards, getting a car or auto loan lease if they wanted to, qualify for homeownership, rental properties, things of that sort. And then I started putting that same information on YouTube. And but either way, just a large people, just by telling them, hey, listen, this is what you need to do to improve your credit score. So that's how I actually got my start into this. Now, as far as my two favorite credit cards, since I love helping people that are like in their rebuilding stages, or they're pretty much trying to get to like that next level, my two favorite credit cards that I typically use is going to be the Capital One Platinum credit card and the Discover It card. Let me break down why. So the Capital One Platinum credit card is a credit card that is used that I recommend to a lot of my clients to start improving their credit scores, depending on where their credit is, obviously. But why I love that credit card so much is, number one, you can add up to 5 authorized users on that credit card. It's nothing too fancy. You don't get a lot of points and rewards and things of that sort, but there's a lot of people who are rebuilding their credit, and they're looking for like a card to kind of start off with, or people that are brand new to credit and they're looking for a bank to give them an opportunity. And that card works out so perfect for them. So when they're able to do something like that, it just works out beautifully, with the entire process as well. And of course, they're able to build their relationship with a bank that just thinks outside of credit cards. So when you get, it's not a lot of banks that can do that. It's not a lot of banks that has credit cards and then they can give you an auto loan. There's not a lot of banks that have the credit card and they can give you a checking and a savings account, right? So to be able to take care of those two main things, which is rebuilding credit, getting a credit card, and then of course potentially going into getting a car, you have that relationship built. Versus with a lot of these bigger banks, a lot of times people they're not able to qualify. A lot of people can't qualify for Chase right off the bat. They can't get American Express because their credit score is not there yet. They can't qualify for a lot of these bigger banks just simply because their credit score does not meet that criteria. And so that's why I love that card, because it gives people that foundation and says, hey, even though everyone else won't do business with you, we will do business with you. So I think that that's major for a lot of people. The next card is, of course, for me, is going to be the Discover It cash back card. Now, the reason why I like that card is because that's one of the easier cards to get when a person is like fresh out of rebuilding their credit scores, especially like if their scores are like, in the like 650, 670, 680 range, where you're not a super strong 700 yet. You don't have all these lines of credit yet. And so it's not many banks that will give you a decent limit. Typically if you do it right, you can actually get a decent limit. I think a decent limit is like $2,000, $5,000. I know Dante's probably laughing at me now, like, man, that ain't nothing, but to people who are like rebuilding, kind of like, rebuilding their credit, and then obviously rebuilding these relationships, with these banks and stuff, that's huge for them, because some people, they've never seen anything above a $300 credit limit. They've never seen anything above a $500 or $1,000 credit limit. So when you're able to build that relationship with a different bank outside of the traditional banks that people are used to. They're used to First Premier. They're used to First Progress. They're used to those banks, right? Anybody can get those, right? But you want something that says, hey, I haven't made it yet, but I'm on my way to making it. So those are my two favorite credit cards that I would recommend, that I would say, are great for people to kind of start off with. All right. So of course, guys, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe to Dante's channel, as I know he's dropping nothing but heat. All right. So we'll see you guys on the next video.
Hey Sledge, Matt here. Thanks for giving me the opportunity, and congratulations on what is now 1,400 subscribers. That is amazing. I know you hit 1,000 like a week and a half ago. Your continued growth is just mind-blowing. Congrats on that. Looks like you're gonna hit 1,500 really soon. Again, just incredible. Keep it going. Your videos are amazing. Your shorts are also fantastic with just those quick hits. Love it. To answer your first question, to me, what got me in, I think most of the folks who know me by now would know that it's a not so gentle nudge from Chad's Money Minutes, and Anthony was putting a bug in my ear, and Anthony was quietly pushing me, and since jumping in, the support from you, from Anthony, from Chad, from Calby, from CJ, the folks hitting up my comments like Eric and Josh has just been amazing. Josh Butler and JoshGiebel, both solid guys, both great guys. With that, I've really come to enjoy putting out content. Thank you for your support on that. To answer your other question, 2 favorite credit cards. I have a new favorite secured credit card. That would be the US Altitude Go secured credit card. You can put a $300 to $5,000 limit on it. It does all of the same multipliers as the US Altitude Go and includes the streaming credit for a secured credit card that is amazing. For the second card, it's the one I most recently got, the Hilton Honors. Me and player 2 are going to be using that for gas and grocery and dining, building up Hilton points, being able to not only use the free night certificate, but start having Hilton points for when Hiltons are more readily available than the Hyatts I've been looking at. But much continued success. This is just incredible watching the high speed growth that's been going on over on here on your channel. Again, congratulations, and looking forward to many more videos. Keep it going, and I can't wait to see what's next. Thanks.
Hey, what's up? First and foremost, this is Chad from Chad's Money Minutes. I want to give a big congrats out to you, Sledge. I appreciate you for having me here and just seeing the growth of your channel. Congratulations on crossing 1,000. You're almost to 2,000. I tell you what, you gotta give me the tips. Let me know what rocket ship you're taking so I can have some of that success as well. So now I'm here to answer some of your questions here. So the first one is, what made me get into content creation? Well, what really got me into it was I actually got a Delta Platinum Sky Miles card that I had upgraded from a Delta Blue because I was turning 40 and decided, you know what I mean? I'm an adult. I can pay a fee for a card and get some benefits. But as soon as I got the card, I didn't know what to do with it. So of course I went to YouTube University and I discovered people like you and other people in the creator space that I learned from. And I learned so much and did my own research, as you always suggest. And then I started my own channel. So next up, what are my 2 favorite credit cards? Well, to be honest with you, my first one always will be, because of my life and how much I travel, is going to be my Charles Schwab American Express Platinum card. I love lounges. I have extracted so much value from the lounges. Look, the card just can't be beat, especially since I travel enough to justify it. That's my #1 card. Now, my second card that is my favorite is actually the Built MasterCard. I don't know what it is, but when this card came out, I just love the fact that it really upset the ecosystem. It shows you that you can have a no annual fee card that is actually a powerful mid-tier travel card. I love the benefits. I actually keep it on me a lot. I use it with my Apple Pay, my mobile wallets, because I just think it's a strong card. And it's a welcome alternative to, you know, cards that everybody just talks about. And all they do is just play musical chairs with the sign-up bonus. Hey man, once again, thanks for having me. Take care.
Hey everybody, I'm Tasha with the Major Change Group, and first I want to give Sledge a huge congratulations on his channel recently getting monetized, because that is an amazing accomplishment, especially in this short amount of time. But I knew your channel was gonna do great, especially with the knowledge that you have and the content that you're dropping, especially on those shorts. I just want to say salute to you and keep on dropping that knowledge. But Sledge asked us a few questions, and the first question was, why did I create my channel? And so I love traveling, and people would always ask me, you know, how am I able to travel? And the first thing that I'm always going to say is budgeting. So originally, my channel was about budgeting and increasing your credit score, because I feel like if your money's straight and your credit is right, like you can get all the credit cards that you want. And then I just started transitioning into talking about credit cards, because I love to be able to get the points and the cash back so that I can travel and keep a little bit of my money. You see what I'm saying? So that's going to take me into my 2 favorite credit cards, which is going to be kind of hard because I have 10 personal credit cards and 1 business credit card. And really, my favorite credit card is the one that I'm currently using to be able to get more bonus points so that I can travel more. But if I had to pin it down to 2, then I would say probably the first one is going to be the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, because with this card only having a $95 annual fee, like I really feel like this is a top tier travel credit card. And with you being able to use and get 25% more points when you redeem it in the travel portal, I think it's a win-win for me. And then my second credit card is probably, it has to be a Navy Federal credit card. And so I would probably say the Navy Federal flagship credit card. I love that one, especially since I'm able to get the $139 Amazon credit so that I can have Amazon Prime. But really, like I said, my favorite credit card is going to be the newest credit card that I'm getting so that I can get more points so that I can travel. But Sledge, I just want to say to you, keep on dropping that content, and congratulations on your channel.
First and foremost, I just want to say congrats to you, Sledge, on reaching that 1,000 subscriber milestone. You've actually already blown by it, which is just super awesome to see. And I think that's a testament to how much value you provide in your videos, and also even before you started making videos, which is why I'm such a big fan of you. Your perspective is super valuable in this YouTube space, so I'm just excited to see what your channel continues to do. Now let's jump into question number 1, where you asked why I started making videos about credit and credit cards. Now, for starters, I've always grown up on YouTube. I actually never really watched cable TV. I would always just choose to watch YouTube instead. And also, when I was younger, I'd make a lot of skits and stuff like that with my friends that we'd upload to YouTube and obviously get no views, but it was just a super fun, creative process for me. Then in college, I got, really into gaming, as a lot of college students do. So I figured I might as well try my hand in streaming and uploading clips from my streams to YouTube. Of course, that didn't really gain any traction, but it was still a fun experience nonetheless. And honestly, the reason I did it was because I was just spending so much time gaming already that I figured, why not try to monetize a passion of mine? Then in my later years of college, I got super into personal finance and started watching people like Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, Meet Kevin, and Jeremy Lefebvre. And I got into it so much so that I actually added a business minor to my civil engineering major at the University of Texas. So at that point, I got also super into the credit card space of YouTube and watched a bunch of videos from Ben Hedges and Ask Sebi, for example. And honestly, I felt like with the amount of research I was doing by watching their videos, I could probably produce something similar myself and share my personal journey with credit cards. So once again, I figured I'd at least try to set myself up to possibly monetize a passion down the line, and decided to start this YouTube channel in March of 2022. Now my goal with the channel is just to constantly put out valuable content to people, and honestly, even if each one of my videos only helps one person, that's well worth it in my opinion. As for your second question, what are my favorite 2 credit cards right now and why? I would have to say that my number 1 choice is going to be the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It's my most recommended credit card to really everybody, and there's really good reason for that, of course. I don't even put it up that high on my list because it's a great earner or anything like that. I literally only have it up that high because it gives you access to Chase's travel partners, and it gives you access to those partners at the cheapest rate you can get with Chase. Also, for me, my favorite hotel chain is Hyatt, and my favorite domestic airline is Southwest, which are both Chase's transfer partners. So that's why Chase is still my favorite lender, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred is my most valuable card. The way that I like to think about justifying this card's annual fee, even though I don't put any money on it, is the following. Think about, for example, you're somebody that wants to book a Hyatt stay that would cost you $1,000 in cash. If you could actually take 60,000 Chase points and convert that to 60,000 Hyatt points, and then use those points to book that trip, your effective cash rate of those points was only $600. So by using your Chase Sapphire Preferred to transfer out to Hyatt as a transfer partner, you just saved yourself $400 right there. That pays for the annual fee for over 4 years, so that's all the explanation you really need. My second favorite card is the Amex Gold card, and honestly, me and this card kind of have a love-hate relationship right now, mainly because I just moved out to where my parents live out in the country, so I have no way to use the Uber and Grubhub credits very easily. I might use them very sparingly if I drive into town or something like that, but really all it does for me right now is earn high rates for dining and grocery stores. Now that alone does not justify the annual fee, which is why I'm saying it's kind of a love-hate relationship right now. But if I am living downtown in Austin or in any city really, that card is super easily justifiable for me and is obviously a workhorse for basically everybody's setups who hold that card. I do always recommend that if you are considering getting that card though, that you make sure you'll get positive value from the credits before you apply for it, as well as understand that you need to be using your Amex points for travel. If you're okay with both of those things, then I think this card's great. I want to say thank you, Sledge, for having me on this collaboration, and as always, salute.
First of all, I'd like to thank my boy Sledge for giving me this opportunity and having me on his channel to participate in this creator series. This is truly a pleasure, but let's get to it. Why did I start making content about credit and credit cards? I started this channel for a couple of reasons. One is because I messed up my credit in the past and I wanted to create content to make people aware of the importance of using credit responsibly. There's a lot of creators that create videos about the benefits of credit cards, and so do I. But I like to sprinkle in a little bit of knowledge about how to use credit cards and to let people know that credit card debt is real. Another reason was because as I started to get more into the credit card game and started to watch more YouTube content creators, I started to realize I really didn't relate to some of the larger content creators. And to be 100% real, some of the creators are telling their audience about things that they have no personal experience in. So I wanted to create a channel from my personal spin on things to give information about my own personal experiences. Now on to question number 2. What are my favorite 2 credit cards and why? Now, although I have 34 credit cards, this is an easy answer for me. Those cards are the American Express Platinum card and the Hilton Aspire. Now listen, I'm not going to run down all the benefits of these cards, but these cards have changed the way your boy travels. From the fine hotels and resorts credit, which is my absolute favorite benefit of any credit card, getting Hilton Diamond status, a combination of $450 in airline credits, $450 in hotel and resorts credit, and we can't forget the large airport lounge network. Again, I want to thank Sledge for having me on this channel, and to this audience, salute. Now I want to thank each and every creator for taking the time out of their busy schedule to participate in these videos, and I hope that this isn't the last time that we work together. Everyone did such an excellent job on all of their videos, so I wanted to make a mashup so we can all reach out and subscribe to each and every one of these creators. So if you like this content or it's just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji in the comment section. And remember, the separation is in the preparation. It's your boy Sledge. Salute.